creative process. We just sat down, me and Eddie in my room, just writing, and then the song is inspired by Southside by Lloyd. So we took the melody and switched Southside to Sactown, and it just fit perfectly.
And you did all your own engineering for that and everything?
Yeah.
In your room?
Yeah, in my room, on my laptop.
Lit.
Yeah,
That's dope. So the people that don't know, you do your own engineering sometimes too, right?
Anybody can do it. You know what I mean? You don't need all the fancy gear and all that extra stuff. You just got to make it sound dope and make it work.
Yeah,
with what you got.
Well, today we got a special episode. We got one of the up-and-coming artists in Sacramento, the one and only Aaron Lee. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. Man, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for coming, bro. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, bro? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro, but I've been good. I've been blessed, very grateful.
Nice to hear.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. We're just trying to get this off the ground, kind of.
Man, you guys already got it off the ground. That's what we do. We're doing it.
We're trying. I'm getting excited for season 2 and get to show people more, the people we fuck with, including yourself, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're coming off of a big run right now with your hit single, viral, Sactown. How you feeling, bro?
I feel good.
It's been years in the making.
10 years in the making. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming for sure. But it's the crazy thing because to a lot of people, they think it's a overnight success, but they don't see the groundwork and everything that it took to get here. But the work's going to still continue. We're going to still keep going. Like I said, it's only the beginning. So yeah.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
For the people who don't know Aaron Lee, what is the first thing you want somebody to know about you, about the artist Aaron Lee?
What do I want them to know about me?
Yeah. For somebody who's this is their first time coming across you, what would you like them to know about Aaron Lee?
That's a good question. Yeah, you put me on the spot. That I really do this.
You really do this.
Yeah. And that I just want to motivate people and have them realize like, hey, I could do it too. So I want them to know that like, if I could do it, you could do it.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about too. It's just motivating and prospering people to believe in anything's possible.
Right. Yeah.
We're all normal people, but we all got a chance and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people out in Sac. Some people are making noise. Some you got the actual people like progressing and stuff. So it's like you're like a walking monument almost in Sac. And when you keep getting up there, you want to keep getting up. So
right, and once you get up there, then that's when you pull everybody back, up with you. Yeah, that's what it's about. Like we go back 10 years, right? So so to see us go on our own path and then reconnect, and we doing something like that's outside the norm. Trying to make nothing into something. It's a beautiful thing.
Definitely. Yeah. And like he said monument. So I wanted to point out something I noticed, I noticed, your clips on Instagram, clips on TikTok. Yeah. One of the smartest, marketing rollouts I've seen in Sac in a while, where you're hitting every monument and doing, your song at every monument. And you're attaching that Sactown song to everything that is Sactown. What made you think of that?
Oh, man. So realistically, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it was going to go viral like that, to be honest. So, of course, the song is, I say Sactown. It's about Sactown, Sacramento love. So the day that I wanted to shoot promo, I had my little sister come with me to the Capitol. And literally, we drove 30 minutes to the Capitol, took like 5 minutes to shoot it, left. And then I was like, I'm going to just post it on Instagram just to promote the song. I wasn't even trying to drop the song. I just wanted to promote it, just to show people like, hey, I got some stuff in the
you
vault.
Just shot like a reel?
Yeah, I just wanted to shoot a reel just to promote the song. I didn't have any plans on dropping it, realistically.
So no music video was even done yet?
Nah, it's still not done yet.
On the way.
It's still not done. We got so much ideas and stuff.
That's awesome.
But it went viral, so I was like, oh, shit. Like, okay. And then one of my boys, he's really good with Instagram and the algorithm. So he's like, you know what? We got to take this to other places around Sacramento. A lot of, like you said, monumental places, a lot of staples. So then we hit the Tower Bridge. And then we hit, so we did the Capitol. We did the Tower Bridge.
So you guys at Doco?
We had Doco. Yep. We're at Doco. And then from there, we were able to work with local businesses.
Oh, that's cool.
And just to show Sacramento. But yeah, so it was really his idea to do it. I did it on accident, really. Yeah. So I just knew Sacramento, the capital, it's gonna be cool. I didn't think it was gonna blow up, you know.
Yeah.
And then from there, my boys like, you don't even know what you fucking did, but let's capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And then we did it again and again, just doing minor tweaks to each video, and the numbers just kept growing and growing. So it's been pretty crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's what's up.
And that's like great organic growth because, like you said, you didn't even mean to. You just stumbled upon something that just resonated with not only yourself and the people around you, but also the masses in a sense, you know, where anybody could listen to that song and be like, no, I could put myself in those shoes for a moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's tough. It's hard to write a song like that, you know?
Yes, sir.
And to piggyback on that, like, can you take us into like, you know, the creative process behind that song? Who's all involved?
Yeah, so that song was produced by my boy Megatron. He lives out in Houston. Oh no, excuse me, somewhere in Texas. I don't remember what city, but he lives in Texas, and that's my boy. And the song was actually written 3 years ago, so I had this in the vault for a minute. I had it for a minute, I recorded at the crib with one of my songwriters, my brother Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. He helped me write the song, and we just had that, recorded it, laid it down at the crib. We did it in like a couple hours, I think. Okay. And then sent it out to Louis Valentino to master the song. But the song wasn't even mastered till it went viral. And then we're like, fuck it, we got to get it going. So the creative process, we just sat down, me and Eddie in my room, just writing. And then the song is inspired by Southside by Lloyd. So we took the melody and switched Southside to Sactown, and it just fit perfectly. Yeah, awesome. It wasn't even intentional. It just happened that way because the song, the beat has no sample of Southside. Yeah.
You just kind of heard it when you were listening to the beat? Or
we're like, this is gonna flow perfectly.
Yeah.
And it did.
No, that's lit. That's lit. Who would have thought? 3 years ago? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah.
And is that the original? You didn't like go back and redo anything? Like that's the original?
That's the original. I didn't add nothing to it. So
dope,
so whatever we had 3 years ago, we just sent it to Louis Valentino. He mixed it down. Made it sound crispy. That was it.
That's clutch. And you did all your own engineering for that and everything?
Yeah.
In your room?
Yeah, in my room, in my laptop.
Lit. That's dope. So the people that don't know, you do your own engineering sometimes too, right? That's lit.
Yeah, that's why I say it's really, anybody can do it. You know what I mean? You don't need all the fancy gear and all the extra stuff. You just got to make it sound dope and make it work. Yeah. You know, with what you got.
You got to have that ear for it for sure.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because with anything, you can make it work, you know, with whatever, you know, with whatever you're doing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because like I said, we were making nothing into something, so you got to be delusional enough to believe in it. And like, you know what I mean? And like you said, everybody got their own ear, but like, what is the real ear? You know what I mean? Yeah. What is the real vision? You know, as long as you have the vision, you got it.
Yeah. What is the ear when you feel it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all
only
feeling.
Like you hear it, you feel it too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's really what it is.
No, for sure, sure. And,
frequency.
you know, we're speaking about that Sactown. You know that it's a right now a local phenomenon, but it's taking you. You know, to the biggest stages. You just announced not too long ago you're going to be at Rolling Loud.
Yes, sir.
You know, by the time this comes out, you probably would have already performed. But talk to us about that. Walk us through like how you're feeling. That has to be surreal.
Man, it's crazy. It is honestly so crazy. And to be on the bill with Eric Bellinger,
you know,
one of my biggest inspirations.
Bro,
like,
and that's been since back in the day. Like we used to talk about Eric Bellinger like 10 years ago type thing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, till this day, I mean, that's still an inspiration. You know, so it's definitely surreal, a big blessing for sure. But big shout out to DJ Five Venoms for getting me on the bill, as well as Pack Bros. You guys know Pack Bros?
Yeah.
The weed company.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, so they got a sub label called Shippers Department, which is like the record label. So I'm gonna be rocking with them that weekend. Shippers Department, Pack Bros, and DJ Five Venoms.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what can the people expect to see? Obviously, like, again, this will probably come out after. But what do we got planned for the Rolling Loud weekend?
Well, so the whole weekend's gonna be packed. So I fly into LA on Thursday.
Okay.
And then we got a writers camp and a studio session, and then I think Friday we're doing a club appearance show.
Oh, right on.
And then Saturday and Sunday is the event, but we perform on Sunday. So I think Saturday, we're just going to be going there, networking, just kind of checking it out, feeling it out.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't really know what to expect. I've never been backstage, you know what I mean? So I'm just going with the flow. I'm like,
that's going to be cool though, dude. You're going to be seeing everybody too, you know?
Yeah.
So
have all access. You're going to be seeing, you know, your peers now, you know what I'm saying? That's lit to say that. Like, you're going to be at a festival and there'll be peers around to network, like you said.
Right.
Get some traction. And
be
with that being
for those
said,
connections, you know?
Yeah, for real. I'm going to try not to fanboy too much.
You know, with that being said, is there anybody that you're looking forward to? Trying to work with? Or is there anybody, you know, you've just been like,
man,
I need a song with this guy?
Man, I don't know. I'm just trying to stay focused on what I got to do. You know what I mean? And then from there, then I'm like, all right.
If it falls in my lap, we'll see what happens.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's how the most organic fucking collaborations happen, bro. And you meet the most people that you are put in the right room with you, and you guys just make some good shit together.
Right, yeah. So we're gonna see what's up at the writing camp. Whoever's gonna show up.
Oh, that'll be lit.
And then hopefully, if I'm gonna do a good job. I was gonna say if I do, but I'm gonna do a great job. I'm gonna do a great job, and then from there, hopefully, people will be like, "Who's you?" You know, tap in. And, like you said, organic.
No, that's That's
so what day are you on? What day are you performing?
On Sunday, I think so Thursdays 13, 14, 15, 16th.
Nice.
The 16th.
Okay.
You know your time already too?
I don't know what time I go on. No, I just know I got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a R&B song, and then I'm gonna bring out Bucci, and we're gonna do a song together.
Okay.
That's
That's
hard.
That's
cool.
hard. That's hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That's tough, dude.
It's gonna be the biggest stage so far, huh?
Yeah, that's far.
gonna be a big one.
Yeah.
So
Well,
far.
yesterday I did the national anthem at the Sac Republic game, so that was 11,000 people.
Congrats. We saw that.
So
Yeah, that was sold out.
major.
Yeah.
Yeah, major. So that was a big crowd thus far. But then, once this come out and we do Rolling Loud, I think that's gonna be the biggest crowd. I
Kings, where you at? We need you to tap in with Aaron Lee.
Come on.
Kings, we need Aaron Lee to be singing.
Yeah,
halftime show. Sactown. We need
He got
that.
one anthem down. He can do another one right now.
Say that.
No, for sure.
Yes, sir.
But you spoke about Bucci. I've seen, you've worked with the likes of Bucci, Mr. Fab, Keek the Sneak. What's it like being able to work with some of the, the legends of our region and people we listened to growing up?
Right. It's an honor, realistically. That's all I can really say. It's an honor to be there and to have them like believe in me too. It's like, wow, that's crazy, because like you said, we grew up listening to them, and to be amongst them, working with them, and it's just an honor. It's just an honor. I come to them humbly and just like, what can I learn from you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just here to be a sponge and just put on the record what is needed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Student first always, right?
What was that?
Student first always, right?
Always, forever learning.
Always
Forever
learning,
learning. You got to stay humble for sure, because once you have that ego, it's gonna fuck you. You know what I mean? And speaking from experience, you know what I mean. It's easy doing this, and having a big ego,
Yeah.
But it's good to check yourself for sure, and like you said, remain a student.
Yeah. Keep yourself grounded in a sense.
Absolutely.
Throughout the whole process.
Yeah, man, because people getting lost in the sauce.
Oh,
too
yeah.
easily.
It's so easy to
for
blow
sure.
your head up.
It's been a dream your whole life. You finally get to the point where, you're working with companies, you're making some money off your dream. And to some people, like you said, that takes a hold of them, and they're like, you can't tell them nothing no more,
Right, yeah.
That success was enough. But, for others, there's always a next level, always,
Always, yeah. And honestly, I think you got to remember, as easily as you got it could be easily stripped away from you. So you got to just be grateful for everything. So yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's a humbling experience. You got to take a step back sometimes and be like, this is real. This is really happening type shit.
Yeah.
You can't let it just get to your head.
Right, yeah, for real.
That's
So,
dope though, bro.
yeah.
So with you dealing with this influx of so much attention right now, and having everybody's attention here regionally right now and locally, what are the steps forward? What's next? What can we be on the lookout for Aaron Lee? Is there going to be a music video for Sactown? Is there going to be a remix? Do we have a project?
I hope so. I really do want to do a video, but I'm just like so busy, and then it's just a lot to plan out and make sure that we do it right, But I definitely hope there's a video in the future. I definitely want to plan it out. A lot of people have been hitting me up for like you need cars. Like we got
right
that,
on.
you need location. I got everything. It's just making that time to really sit down and plan it and do it right.
Do you have the vision yet, or you just kind of haven't even had that time?
Yeah, I had the vision. I mean, pretty simple. I mean, I'll say it.
Yeah.
So really what we would really need to shoot is like a car scene, me and a shorty driving around Sacramento, right? So one car scene, and then maybe do like a performance shot on top of this rooftop. It's the Renaissance Tower.
Okay.
It's one of like this, I think it's the second biggest skyscraper in Sacramento.
Okay.
But
Nice.
they hit me up and they gave me access to the helipad.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I would love to
That's
shoot
dope.
them. I mean, we are gonna shoot them
Yeah.
out there. Either like when the beam's lit, right?
Yeah,
But that's hard to time, right?
Yeah.
It's so hard to time. But then,
Yeah.
so a helipad shot, overseeing the city, performance shot, and then driving around the city. And then I want to put in a lot of BTS that we captured from it being on the news, all the people that we worked with. You know what I mean? Just to show like the growth of it. So so we have a lot of stuff already that we just need to throw in. It's just those extra shots. Yeah.
So it's in the works then.
It's in the works. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's cool.
Sure. Yeah,
it's sounding dope already. I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's super connected to the city. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of that. You know what I'm saying? And the song is in general.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's what we want to do. I got to do it right, though. You know what I mean? Got to do it right.
No, for sure. Yeah. And Sactown, they have such a cult fan base right now going on. Like they such a big love for Sac right now.
Like, it's dope that everyone's reaching out to you too. Like just saying, what do you need? Like let me know. We want to be a part of the song. That's
I love it, bro. I'm very grateful.
Shows the culture.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. You like we said, give it back to the city. You know. So as many people we can get involved into it, let's do it. Let's run it.
Yeah.
But as far as the music video, I mean, just do more projects. I got a song coming out in April that I'm gonna drop, but I got 2 other songs coming out this month. Okay. Boii B featuring me. It's called Nasty. That's gonna come out. And then my boy Sayin from Seattle, he has a song featuring me and La Russell coming out at the end of March. So that's gonna come out. And then,
that's cool. Damn, see, that's what we're talking about. Man. You get to work with like these type of artists that we fuck with tough. Right. We're fans of, and they're here for locally too.
Right, bro. Yeah,
so that's cool, man. That's super cool.
Thank you. Yeah, so just more work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Keep the head down, keep working, and do it again and again and again. Really,
and again and again.
You know?
Don't stop. Of like a new project coming out, like like you know, put together project and shit.
Yeah, I'm hoping by May. By May, I can have a project out. Yeah. So we in March right now, so I got about 2 months to get it done. Yeah, got so much stuff in the vault, but I'm like, I was just talking to Louis Valentino, and he was giving me advice yesterday, and he was just saying, like, you know, you got a good spotlight right now, you got good heat, you don't want to just put too many throwaways on the project. Like, you really want to be intentional with what you put out now. So I got to go back to the drawing board, because I got songs all day, but you know what I mean? But it was sucked for them to be like, all right, Sactown's dope, and then they checking out the catalog, like, one hit wonder type shit. You know, I'm like, you know, but
when it comes to your songs sitting in the vault, do you ever just drop them for the fun of it? You know, do you ever? You know how artists, they just got they got their SoundCloud page, and then they got their strictly YouTube songs. You know what I mean? You ever you have that type of?
No. Just because I think I a lot of it is just being a perfectionist. Kind of like, man, the song ain't ready yet. The song ain't ready yet. You know how it is.
No,
like,
for
we
sure.
used to do that all the time, man.
It's the vulnerability of artistry.
Like, can we drop
it? Man, we had a song called Too Bad. I love that record, man. It never came out. It came out because he was like, it ain't right. Right. I'm like, what? Just drop it.
He loved that.
He always would be like, just drop it. He said, no, there's something about it. I don't like it. Every time we go back in the studio, he's working on it. Still not it.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes that overthinking too, it just does it, you know, because it's like, it was better when it was, and then you tweak it out somewhere, and then it's like, oh no, now you lost it, you know?
Yeah, right.
Get in your head, but I mean, being a perfectionist is like that. Being an artist is like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, man.
You're your own biggest critic for sure.
100%.
For sure, 100%. Yeah. So because of that, you know, I never really dropped anything, but like just out the vault. But for sure, I mean, I think I should though, because my boy was he sent me this like a quote that Snoop posted. It just says, just work and drop it, and work on to the next thing, move on to the next thing. You know, don't hold on to it for too long. And like, we never know, like, for something to us that might not be perfect yet or done, people might love, you know?
No, true that, for sure. To someone, like I said, to someone that catches their ear, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, from what I just heard, you were holding on to a song for 3 years that was unmixed and unmastered. It got you hundreds of thousands of views, so hey, I might try it.
Yeah, I might got the next one in the vault right now.
Start just listening, you know, because you never know what you got. And and we talk about, you know, there's that vulnerability of being an artist that holds you back, because, you know, there's that idea of your idea, but then there's it's a whole different idea once you're putting it to practice and actually putting it down. And sometimes that's where you get lost in that perfectionism of like, oh, it was different in my head, like, and then you can't get it exactly how you want it, so it holds you back. And sometimes how you want it might not be how they need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, facts.
Sometimes
facts.
You never know.
No, that's facts.
But no, that's what I'm saying. If that one was in the vault, shit, what else you got in the vault? Let's have a listening session.
I'll play some stuff for you guys afterwards. You guys let me know. I got you guys for sure.
He's got some shit. We're just like, hey, bro, that should have been dropped already.
Right. And that's the cool part too. It's like some of these records are so old. I'm like, man, like this would have went crazy back then if we did just drop it, because now like the sound is so different, you know?
Yeah, there's that part too. Because the sound does change quick.
It does.
It's always evolving.
Always. So.
And sometimes what you did, you know, a couple years ago will resonate today, but sometimes, like you said, it's it's a great song, but it's almost like it sounds like a few years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then it becomes like that. Like, damn. Maybe let me reuse this verse somewhere else. You know? And it's like, shit.
For sure.
It's never as good the second time as it was the first time.
Facts. Yeah, that's my thing. Whenever I record a song, I don't like to. Once I'm done with it, like, okay, this is it. Then I don't like to touch it or redo verses or hooks or stuff like.
You never want to go backwards.
I never do, because what you capture that time is the energy that you capture that time. You can't.
It's organic.
Mimic it. It's organic. That's just what it was. That's what it is.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, you try to match that tone in yours.
No way.
Elsewhere.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Yeah, you don't feel like that no more.
Yeah, for real.
It's just that vibe in the studio that one day. No, for sure.
I did wanted to ask, how was it working with like Mr. Fab and like all them? Because you are on their on one of their albums, right?
Yeah,
like,
I'm on his album.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called. Something in Tacos.
Yeah,
but I'm on his album. I'm on the hook, and it was crazy working with him.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, I hope I don't fuck up. But I got the job done. And it's crazy to just like really soak in a lot of game from him. You know what I mean? Being a fly on the wall, like the way he is on Instagram, just speaking knowledge and wisdom, and just that's just how he is. Yeah. That's just how he is. Like people be like, oh, he be preaching, but that's just really how he just talks. You know what I mean?
What was the energy like in the room, like while you were like in there?
Realistically, me, I was just sitting there like quiet. I had a bottle of Clico though, so I'm just sitting there. I thought he wanted some. He didn't want to drink, but he's crazy, bro. He writes in the air. Like he'll play the beat and he'll like just rap out loud, going over the same lines over and over. And then he's like, all right, I'm ready. Go in, just lay it down. Boom, like that. I'm like, damn, how you memorize that?
But how you remember what you just said?
Yeah, like literally, how?
That's crazy.
Repetition. He's he's a legend. He's been doing it for so long.
Oh yeah.
So
Imagine you're, I mean, I don't know his age, but I'd assume like somewhere in his 40s, 50s or something, and you're still making money off of music and things like that. You have something that like, it's hard to replicate just because of the, like you said, repetition, the experience, just being able to know yourself and your sound and kind of how you prefer to come off on things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's also crazy to still be able to do that and, people still being on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing. Like, you have those E40s that like, their verses still matter. You're still having some 18-year-old, 25-year-old rappers, going to E40 for a verse, but, you don't get that for everybody.
Well, that's the cool thing about our region, the Sacramento Bay Area, is that, the independency. When you go major, a label can give you a little spotlight, your little shine for a little bit, then they'll shelve you, right? Oh, yeah. But when you're independent, right, like think about Too Short, like he's been one of the longest pioneers to this, of the independent route. Yeah. Still selling out, still doing, being relevant.
Yeah, he's not waiting on nobody to drop. He's not waiting on nobody for an answer to a question. He's just doing it how he wants to do it.
Right. I forgot who I was talking to, or I think I was watching an interview. I was watching a Jay Diggs interview, but he also told me this in the studio too. But he's like, the thing about being independent is like, you go to smaller cities, right? That the majors won't go to, but there's still a bag in every little city. Yeah. So your bag gonna add up. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they'll show out for you just as much as like a major city would. Oh, yeah. So that's the cool thing about being independent and, all money in to yourself, really.
Oh, for sure. And we're even seeing stuff, over in Vallejo with La Russell right now, where he's doing he's making money in his own backyard. Like that's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really able to make a venue for himself, really able to, rehearse and make money off rehearsing and stuff like that. And, the first goal is to be able to make money off something we love, right? The second goal is to make money off of, where we're at, and for him to, create an ecosystem like that all of his own in his own city and stuff, it really shows that not only just in our area, but anybody across any medium, any city, any country, they can do it as well. It's the foundation's there. It's just for you to actually build that foundation.
Right. You know and just do it. Yeah. That's why like what we said in the beginning, like you don't need all that fancy shit. Just do it. Yeah. Make it happen. Make nothing into something.
Yeah. Because you can always get better as it goes.
Right. Yeah.
You can never go back and say, damn, all right, let me go back and try it again. No, but you can always improve as it goes.
Facts.
So it's like sometimes, as long as you get started, you're closer to the finish line than you are, to where you started in a sense.
Facts. Yeah.
I mean, this is our season 2 first episode, and we're back with new equipment and all that from what we started off to.
Right.
It's just, like you said, we started off where we could still have what we had, but we learned and we progressed from what we came from. So it was like, why not better ourselves and, upgrade what we can.
A little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know where you can even improve until you put it into practice.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to train until you fail at something,
Right, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And you learn as you go, as long as you don't stop.
No, for sure.
Really.
It's like a muscle. You just keep training it, training it until the comfort level's there. Because that's all it is. Sometimes we doubt ourselves or there's like an uncomfortable, feeling or something. But, once you just hit the ground and get moving and, don't look back and stop worrying about what other people have to say about what it is you care about. Or that's when you make the biggest, the biggest improvements in your own life, I feel like.
When you put your own passion into it too, because you just progress and wanting to learn more and more about it,
Right.
You're all in, like you said, you're just all in for it and all in for yourself for it,
Right.
Foot on the gas, don't take it off.
Yeah, you gotta be. You really gotta be.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, speaking, obviously we're talking about the independent side and just working your ass off. I want to ask, because I've, like you said, we've been knowing each other for a long time. What is the most different from the artist Aaron Lee from back in, the pull-up days, the Too Bad days?
Yeah.
As opposed to right now? Like what steps have you taken? What growth do you think is shining right now from
back then to now?
And that's allowing your spotlight to shine,
That's a great question. I want to give a big shout out to Q. Q made the beat, my mentor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When we first started, I mean, I was 16 at the time and didn't know how to really find my studio voice, the difference between a studio voice and your live performing voice. So being coached through him, now I think I'm able to hold my own. Like before, because I've worked with him from 16 all the way till now. So I never went to any other studio, any other engineer. Once I really locked in with him. So getting his coach and his mentorship really got me to the point now where I can go into any studio and just hold my own, you know?
Yeah.
And not second. Well, sometimes we be second guessing ourselves, right? We're not perfect. I'm not perfect,
Yeah.
but I'm more confident for sure. More confident. Like back then, I used to write in my notebook and stuff. Now I can just punch in line by line or just freestyle some shit, come up with a verse on the spot the day of.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just better at it.
No, those
those are the days, bro. Those are the days.
That's what I was gonna say. Inside sources, those sessions were interesting. He used to push you, bro. Like he would push you.
You fucking suck. Yeah. He's like, get out the booth. He's like, you really want to do this or not? Like, sit down and think for a second. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, do I really want to do this?
Studio sessions we go to, he'd be in there, and then I'd be like, that shit sounds tight. And he'd be like, fucking not doing it right.
Yeah, fuck no.
And he starts singing and be like this. And you're like, yeah, okay, one more time. And
then I'm like,
He's like doing it for you.
It might sound right in my ear. He's like, no, it don't. It ain't right out here. Everyone's quiet though.
We don't know.
I thought that shit was dope.
For real. But he definitely toned down a little bit, man. I love you, Q.
But no, that's what created greatness.
Yes.
That's what creates that's what builds that muscle in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what also gets you ready. Like I remember from a young age, you were really in tune with like your vocal chords and just taking care of your voice with the honey, taking tea before your sessions. Like you were always way miles ahead of us. Like, we were all 16, 17 and like you were the only one doing that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like a lot of, those things, a lot of, Q's coaching and those things are the reason,
Absolutely.
Your artistry was able to grow the way it was because of every step every brick you laid along the way, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 1000%. Like I always give it up to Q, bro, because like without that tough love, man, like I would not be where I'm at today, bro. And it's a lot, bro. Like I'm not gonna say my homegirl's name, but I took her to Q's studio one time because she wanted to record, and he made her cry. And I felt bad. I'm like, damn. He never made me cry, but every time I'd be mad. Bro. I was like, fuck. But I still always would book a session though because you always come out better. You always learn something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if it don't challenge you, you know what I mean, and you stay in your comfort zone, you're never gonna grow. And that's his thing too. It's like, man, he's doing it because he wants the best for you and the record. And so you got to just remember that. Yeah.
And how many we were so young doing shit like that and going to studios. There are so many people who were just there. They're just there for the check. They're just gonna press record and record. And Q actually cared. Like he was gonna challenge you. He was gonna challenge your ability or whatever. Come on, you could try to harmonize that, even if you thought you couldn't do it or whatever the case is. With everybody who was going around that time. So I definitely think that like those sessions and that tough love and stuff, it was hard to deal with in the moment because we was in those sessions like, damn, like we gotta go. Like,
yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm
man,
saying?
yeah, we gotta.
It just keeps
school tomorrow.
Yeah, you're fucking up my high, man. I thought it was gonna be fun.
Dude, I was going from football practice, hearing yelling, to go to the session and be like, damn, this is just like football practice.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. But hey, if you really want it, you're gonna thug it out and really
sure.
do it. You know, like and it's like you unlock another level.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, I think I can't harmonize it, and I just did. Boom. Now you got that under your belt.
Yeah, now you're gonna do it next time easy.
Yep, again.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like you wouldn't even know like what it is you were capable of if you didn't have somebody trying to extend your bounds and saying like
absolutely,
and you know, challenging that, like, no, you could do it. You could do it. You know, because if they listen to you, if you were, you know, directing the record or whatever at that age or something, a lot of times, like I said, I had engineers that would just be like, yep, sounds good.
Right.
You know, and they
because you remember like there'd be times where we'll practice at your house and then we'll go to the studio and we're like, that's not how we rehearsed it.
Yeah.
But Q's like, nah, like this is how it needs to be.
Yeah. And it would be totally different than what was in our head. And we would damn near not like the song because we'd be like, nah, bro, it was supposed to be like this. But over time, our friends would listen to other people. They'd be like, no, that sounds good, buddy. Yeah, what are you tripping about? And I never got it. But hey, that's why I gave up.
Sometimes you just gotta shut up and just listen, you know?
For real.
Shut up and listen.
Is Q's studio still like home base for you? Or are you still kind of like doing stuff, like you said that you record at home and stuff too, like you engineer at home? So like, is Q like your main spot to go to, or you still kind of like go to other people?
It depends. I mean, I was just with Q yesterday at his studio, but we weren't recording. We were just hanging out and stuff. Sure. But if I really need a record, like the last time I recorded there was the Sactown acoustic version. So I did the original version at my crib. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do an acoustic version, then let's just take it to Q's, make it sound a lot more professional, I guess you could say. But you could totally hear the difference. You know what I mean? When I'm at my crib, I keep it simple. With Q, he has hella harmonies all over the place, but it sounds fucking beautiful though. But I'll go to a lot of other studios, you know, which is a blessing. And that's the thing from then to now. Like now, a lot of people are booking me more, you know, for verses, for hooks and stuff, and I'm going into their studio, holding my own.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'm like all over the place. But a lot of it, I like to keep it at the crib because that way I can challenge myself to get better at engineering, you know. But if I really need some help, or if I feel like, all right, this record could be bigger than what I can provide at home, then I'll take it to Q. Yeah.
Speaking of the acoustic stuff, like you did the acoustic version on Sactown. What was it? Good Morning Sac, or
we did Good Day Sac. We did Good Day Sac. We did Studio 40 and Fox 40. With my brother Shane Q. Big shout out to Shane Q.
Yeah,
he was a top 10 finalist on The Voice back in, I think, 2019, 2020.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and
how'd that come about?
Yeah, who was that? Yeah.
So, you know, doing music, you be around other musicians, right? So I met him after he got back from the show, and we always connected. Like we had each other's contact, but we never had anything to work on. You know, we have two different fan bases, and I don't think he has originals, but he never really done originals. Like he tours around a lot of breweries and wineries, but he does a lot of cover songs, and he's amazing at it, you know? But that's why I want to get him into the studio and do originals. But besides that though, we always had each other's contact, and we never really used it. You know, we just like, you know, like, yeah, we'll work. Yeah, like, let me lock you in, you know, that type shit. Yeah. But when I dropped Sactown, I was like, I got to do an acoustic version. Yeah. So I texted three people, and he was the first one to respond back to me. And so from there, we just built that relationship, and we've been rocking ever since.
That's lit. So can we expect, you know, more songs or even a project with you and Shane?
I would love to. I hope so. Definitely, I would love to, bro. I would love to, but it's just making that time and making sure everybody's schedule is aligned, and it got to be right. You know, it got to be organic. You know, so yeah, like he's fucking talented. That's fucking amazing, bro. But I definitely would love to work with him on a project.
Yeah, another Sactown legend right there. You know,
absolutely.
So that we want to hear it. So that's why I had to ask.
The people need it.
We want to hear it. So you know, hit Aaron up. Let's get you guys in the studio.
Yeah, it would be crazy to do like an all acoustic project. You know what I mean?
And your voice would just go so well with that. You know,
both of our voices together would be amazing. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great to do that on Good Day Sac. And honestly, like we got onto that because of Shane. I'll be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They seen the record and how viral it went, but Shane already had connections with them. So they tapped in with Shane, and then he brought me on, and then from there we got to, you know, Studio 40 and all that stuff. But definitely he played a major role on getting us on national TV.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And just to kind of round that out, how are you feeling, bro? With just being able, you just said it, you were on national TV, you're about to hit one of the biggest, you just hit the biggest stage to date, 11,000 people. You're about to hit, tens of thousands of more people over at Rolling Loud next weekend. Not to mention the brand partnerships and all the things you're doing. I'm sure, you weren't thinking about that at 16. So how are you feeling right now? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I feel blessed for sure. And it's crazy because not to sound like cocky and stuff, but I always knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when, you know what I mean? I didn't know it was going to take 10 years to get here, but I'm glad I stuck to it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Right? I being young, I thought I was going to do this in a year or two, just being young and naive. But to have it come into fruition now and to see it all happen, it's been a blessing for sure. So I feel very grateful. And just like try to keep my head down and just keep working,
Yeah, and you did the work, so you deserve it. So
thank you, brother.
You have to feel grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because this is your time.
There's a
bro.
difference between being like blowing your head up, but like talk your shit, bro. You put the time in.
Right.
Yeah. From those days at Elk Grove, to singing at Sac Republic last night. The growth it's undeniable, and just seeing that can't be nothing but proud of you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
No, awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And for like any artist too, they say it takes time too, because sometimes you think it's an overnighter, but then you don't even realize they've been at it for forever. Like Babyface Ray, I seen an interview of him saying it took him like 9-10 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he'd be surprised. He don't like when people say, "Man, you're so lucky you're able to rap," because he tells them like, "Man, it took me 10 years. I've been busting my ass trying to get where I'm at."
Yeah.
Look at Lil Durk, bro.
And Durk
Lil
too.
Durk he was rapping his ass off when we were in middle school type shit, dog.
And I thought he was huge back then too.
He was doing songs with Logic in high school, and I was like, oh shit, he big.
Yeah. For real.
When Days dropped and saw that, like I thought he was already like out there.
No,
right. Yeah.
And now he's taking on a whole, persona of his own, and even transcended beyond that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, there's always a new level. There's always that
Time
next
will
level.
tell.
As long as you're forever a student, you're gonna keep reaching that next height and the next height.
Yeah, forever a student and never giving up. Because once you stop, that's when it all stops.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And bro, just putting in that time. From the outside looking in, though, people gonna say like, it looks like it's overnight success, but
they don't see the time in that.
Same thing with like it makes me think of Russ. You know what I mean? Like like he blew up, but then when he got to a point where everybody went back on his old catalog, like, oh, he's been doing this for years. You know what I mean? And so.
And that became the whole topic of his name was he dropped a song every week for years, and it's like. They didn't really realize that until years beyond. He had already popped. He'd already went platinum multiple times before that even was a big thing, and it became more than just a real-time awareness type thing. It just became a testament. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, hey, if anybody can, I just showed you, you can too.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, 10 years of whatever it was, 11 projects, a song a week, that's working your ass off. I couldn't even imagine, bro. Imagine you're producing, writing, mixing, mastering.
In the stew.
Yeah,
right.
And living in that.
Locked in.
He locked in.
Man, I love his book. I don't remember the name of his book. Excuse me, but it's a great book. You guys should definitely read it. It's like a yellow cover.
Russ's book?
Yeah, it's Russ's book. Yeah, it's a short read.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got Drake's book somewhere around here.
Yeah.
It's fine. So we got a few. We got a few.
There's some good books. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Phil Knight, Shoe Dog. I say that often. Podcast has seen that before, but if you haven't, read that one. The Agent too. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like reading, but I'm really into audiobooks.
Okay.
It's easier.
Yeah.
What you got in your rotation right now? What is one that people need to check out if they haven't?
A really good classic book is The Alchemist.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good book.
That's a good one.
Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent. That's a really good one.
Okay.
Robert Greene's a great artist. All the Laws and stuff. Those books are good. A lot of books I listen to are like more self-help books.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's dope.
Yeah, that's my thing. I can't really get into like the fantasy and all that stuff.
I'm the same way. Like I love it to be like some type of biography or something about somebody's life and a testament.
Yeah.
Or I like it to be about something I can apply to my everyday life. Like Atomic Habits, that's another good one.
Oh,
where
yeah,
it's
that's a
talking
good
about
one.
stacking
Yeah,
habits
that's
and
a
things
good
like
one
that.
too.
That's a really good one.
Yep.
A lot of those books. There's another one, Let Be or something that I need to look
Let
into.
Be, I think I've heard about that
something
one.
like the Let Be theory or like something, and it's that's the next one I want to check out.
Yeah, that's
I don't
a
know
good
what
one.
it's called, but
Another good one is Ego is the Enemy.
Oh yeah.
Super short read. That's a good one.
No, that's lit.
Yeah.
So, other than, reading and stuff, we're talking a lot about your artistry. I do want to know, like, what would you say are your main inspirations, artistically, but also, motivationally? Anything?
Yeah. Musically, of course, I love Chris Brown, man. I love Chris Brown. I'm going to say that right now. Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. I fuck with Tory Lanez. I fuck with Tory Lanez. I like Tory Lanez.
We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that.
Eric Bellinger, but then also like the old school artists like Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye. You know what I mean? We, of course, Janet Jackson, Anita Baker. Like you gotta touch the old school and the new school. And then as far as like just motivation, all the motivational speakers really. When I work out, I put on like a little motivational thing. E.T.
Oh, okay.
He's a good one. I used to like listening to David Goggins, but he'd be too extreme sometimes. But I fuck with it though. I like what he's saying. But
I ain't walking 26 miles with broken legs. Sorry.
But I can't even think of their names really. But just if you type it in, like you got all the classic people that are doing it.
Okay.
And then yeah.
And when we're talking about, you said a big thing was the old school R&B is a big inspiration for you. What, was that like a student of the game type thing that you got into as you were making music more? You started diving a lot deeper into music, or is this something you came on and inspired your music starting off in a sense,
Good question. I think, when I first got into music, I was actually a breakdancer at first. I started breakdancing when I was 9 or 10, following my older brother's footsteps. So that's how we got into hip hop.
You were still doing it in high school type shit.
You was Jabberwocky or what?
I wish, man. Shout out to the Jabberwockies, man. If you guys ever need somebody, if I ever need you guys, man, let me know.
Hey, take the mask off and start singing. Yeah. Oh, that'd be lit.
I do know.
That would go crazy. That's what I'm saying, man.
Jabberwockies.
Yeah, let me know.
Sir.
But that's how I got into like hip hop music, R&B and stuff. But from there, new school R&B, and then of course they always sampling stuff. So you just go into it. And then remember my best friend Jacob?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a big music head. Like he's a big music head. So he'll always just send me shit. And that's how I kind of like learned about a lot of stuff was through him and just the frequency of it. And for some reason, it just stuck with me more. You know what I mean? The old school and the new school R&B. Mm-hmm. But like being a student, you got to know where it came from to know where you're going. Type of vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah, I only asked that because I know with me, like when I was getting into music tough, that was something his dad actually put me on. Was like, hey, do a lot of research. He would show me like different artists that I had never heard of or something. It's just like, kind of student of the game, like it would inspire, like even sample flips. Like I remember I used to send songs like that we would listen to or that his dad would show us and send them to a producer and be like, hey, I want to flip this. Just because like, like it just inspires a different idea or something, things that you wouldn't necessarily think of if you listen to the same sounding, like, music that you just always listen to.
Facts, yeah. And the cool thing about like old school music is they didn't have all the technology that we do now. So you really had to be about it. You know what I mean? You really had to really do it. And so listening to that, like vocally, like these are some real singers. They can't hide behind the autotune. So you're really studying these people.
And the feeling is just you can't duplicate it. Like the feeling of some of those records before pre autotune, pre Melodyne, and all this type of shit. Like some of I don't know how to explain it, but
like sometimes the imperfection is what makes it dope.
Yeah,
like
the nowadays, imperfections made it perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Like nowadays, everything's too on. Boom, boom, boom. Well, ain't nothing wrong with it. But,
you had like your artist like a Keith Sweat or something, that nasally sounding. Was what made him. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
People liked you for you. It wasn't like a replication. Whereas now we're kind of like hearing a lot more of that, where you love a sound, so you're gonna replicate it or something in a sense. And it's like that's the one thing. Yeah, looking back at some of the old music, you just like get that feeling that just like, damn, you can't replicate this. Like,
man, for real. Like there'll never be another Michael Jackson.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
Oh no. There's some of those.
Chris Brown maybe is the Michael Jackson's generation, or whatever. But it ain't never gonna be another Michael though. You know what I mean? Like
Chris Brown is
that's the king for sure.
Chris Brown, damn near one of the goats though. I will say that
he is the goat. Yeah, for sure. Like
that's Mike. If you're saying Michael Jackson's the goat, that
well, he's a second runner up.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
In my opinion, somebody who can dance and sing and perform at a high level. Like I've been to his concert.
And he can act. Come on.
Yeah, like come on, man. That's the best concert I've ever been to.
CB.
Hands down. Yeah.
He can do it. He can do it.
I fuck with
Hey,
it.
manifestation's a real thing though. So I got one more question for you. So like, what's like an artist or some type of collab that you've always dreamed of, or you've always like maybe had in your head, like maybe like one day I'll get to that. And I got a lot. You got a lot.
Dream collab.
Man, you already know I'm saying Chris Brown. You already know I'm saying Chris Brown. That's the goat for sure. But him would be dope. Jacquees would be kind of crazy.
Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Tory, whenever he gets out.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going in.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, fuck. I don't know if I can last.
Oh, that's crazy.
And what's low key funny with you say that, bro? It's low key funny because that was one thing that we actually bonded on when we were a lot younger was the fact that we both like really liked Tory Lanez at the time.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
We had the Stay in Your Lane little song, whatever.
Yeah.
The beat was very Tory Lanez, like reminiscent in a sense and stuff. And we used to always talk about Tory. How are you feeling about that new project he just dropped?
Fire.
Fuck with it.
It sounds dope.
I didn't get it.
It sounds dope.
I didn't listen to it.
I didn't get to the whole thing yet, but I got like halfway. But so
Is it
far,
the one with the jail pic of him?
Yeah.
He been hitting them weights, huh?
Push up.
He been hitting them cornbreads up.
Yeah, for real.
It's different, bro. It's different. I was listening to it and like just a lot of his writing content and stuff. It's like obviously, what else can he do? He's obviously going to write about his own current circumstances and stuff. But yeah, his content's a lot different. But nonetheless, some of the songs are they're great songs. You know,
Is it a jail phone recorder?
Yeah, bro. And that's the crazy thing about it. It sounds clear as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's doing it all over the jail
he ended
phone,
up
bro.
figuring out how to tweak it.
And he has a song
bro.
about fucking a female cop. And he's singing on that bitch.
Yeah. He's talking his shit, you know, and it sounds first one to really do it, and that's crazy because you know he's blackballed from the industries first, so they can't stop him. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it. It's like he's really on his independent shit. And
the fans gonna fuck with him regardless.
Yeah, One Umbrella. Come on.
Umbrella, crazy.
No,
He's
that's
dope
crazy.
for sure.
He's
Like, Tory Lanez is dope.
And bro, I'll say, dude, that before all that shit happened, we were all talking about how he's like one of the most talented rappers and shit like that. Realistically, we talking about
for sure.
just his range, just
Yeah.
the shit he can
the
do.
music video director, dude, he was producing his
Bro,
own
name
shit,
another dude who can make a hit trap song and then a hit dance hall song, and then a hit R&B record, and then a whole mixtape just on 90s samples that everybody just fucking loved and ate up, you know? And bro just went on a crazy run. And then you see quarantine radio, just everything. Bro was quarantine. Unstoppable. There was literally none bar none, one of the craziest, you know, runs we saw. But like you said, just as quick as you could get it,
it's all time, dude.
Ripped right away from you, unfortunately.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's dope too. I seen him live. He opened up for Chris Brown a couple years ago. Crazy stage presence.
So you know what I mean?
We seen him live way back in the day, huh?
That's what I was gonna say. One of the best shows we ever went to. Him and Ferg did it.
Oh shit, that must have been lit. What was that at? Where?
I think it was at Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
Oh, and then Made in Tokyo come on first. So it was like Uber Everywhere time.
That's
it was crazy, bro.
Y'all had
It was Summer 16 or what?
Oh, this was
Summer
around
16
that
was
time.
different. Yeah.
No, it was around that time.
It was a time to be alive at that
But
time.
it was crazy because this was like when Shabba Ranks and all that shit was on.
Yeah,
so you
Shabba
got
Ranks.
ASAP Ferg doing Trap Lord one song, and then he'd go off, and then Tory Lanez would come on and do like a New Toronto song, and then Tory Lanez would jump in the crowd and crowd surf to the back, and then ASAP Ferg would come back on and do another song.
It was lit,
Yeah,
bro.
it was one of the craziest sets we saw just because they were just going back and forth, and you'd have Ferg performing, Tory's in the crowd, and they're just it was wild.
Those Ace of Spades shows get lit. Like when those artists come, like when they're like their beginning years. Like I remember when 21 Savage came. Fuck, dude, he
lit.
tore
That
it
bitch
down.
turned.
Yeah. Ace of Spades was lit in that motherfucker.
Hey, y'all don't remember Riff Raff though?
Show.
Man, that's like pre-Post Malone.
Yeah,
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, didn't you open up for him or something like that back then?
That Ace of Spades.
That's fine. That's dope.
We were selling out tickets. He had more Chris Sid fans up in that bitch than Riff
We were
Raff
slanging them
fans.
too.
Bro,
It
we
was
left
a
after
Sid show.
we left after the set, and dog, it was kind of thin
was
there
empty.
after because it was like just a gang of like our friends and shit. So,
Damn.
but
Be
it was
like
a
that.
fun, it was a funny night.
Yeah.
That fool ended up Riff Raff. He ended up just not finishing his performance because he was so fucking
Yeah,
drunk
he got
on
a
the stage.
Ciroc bottle.
man.
He got a Ciroc bottle. Was chugging looking at it on the stage,
Bro,
and he got too drunk and just couldn't even hear nothing. It was crazy.
Damn, that
he just walked off too. I don't even think like mid song he just walked off. I was like,
I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's bad.
He was
bad.
two-toning his Jordans for sure.
Man, for sure.
But
Man,
no.
that reminds me. One time I seen Ty Dolla $ign at Ace of Spades. That shit was lit. He had a bottle of Bombay passing around. And this back then pre-COVID, so everybody's drinking out of it. I'm like, let me get the bottle.
Yeah.
Dude, think
This is when Taylor Gang, the label just dropped.
Yeah.
Bro, looking back, like you said, pre-COVID, we didn't give a fuck. This dude smoking random joints at Dizzy Wright concerts. And people like that shit. You know, just pass it to me.
Yeah,
Like
for real.
nobody gave a
No one
fuck. It
give a
was
shit.
just like, bro. But now everybody would be like,
Yeah.
look at it different.
Concerts had a way different feel back in the day, like pre-COVID. Like I think also too, just like us being young during that time. Like 2016, I swear we went to like I don't know how many concerts that year.
That was good.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, so many.
Yeah.
We went to so many.
I went
concerts
to that year. I think I went to so many G-Eazy and Logic concerts that year. Like they were everywhere, weren't they? Those fools were everywhere. YG was out there too. Like I saw like those fools like the most that year.
Yeah, YG's lit. I remember I seen him at Ace of Spades one time too. Yeah, shit was lit. I was this is back then. I was off of Molly. He played Mama. I was feeling that shit. I was like, damn, faded. Yeah, I don't do that no more though. I'm sober now. But yeah, been 3 months sober.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How are you feeling? You know,
I feel good, bro. Yeah, I always say I feel good, but but I feel more level-headed, more clear-minded. I'm really like focused. But don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm like, damn, maybe I do want to drink a little bit, but I'm like, for what? You know what I mean? I came this far just to stop. So it's been a 3-month process. No liquor, no alcohol, no weed.
Okay.
And I stopped doing the hard stuff too. So it's been cool.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I still smoke nicotine though from time to time. That's actually hard to kick.
So with that being such a big change in your life, what's powering you through it? What's helping you?
It might sound corny to a lot of people, but God, really, by the grace of God,
dude,
bro.
that's cool,
It's a higher power, bro.
Not
you
corny
gotta,
whatsoever.
Some people, it's not, So being more spiritual, not trying to not live in the flesh so much, you know what I mean? And like realistically, ever since I went sober, like that's when everything started coming in abundance, bro. That's when we went viral. All this happening. Like I literally stopped in November. We started taking off in January now, so it's for sure plays a major key to my success.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. Were you like just kind of going down a path you were seeing yourself not liking?
A little bit, yeah. I was last summer. I just never. I just never stopped. Summer never ended for me. You know what I mean? Like I was drinking a lot, smoking a lot. I mean, I was always a big pothead living in Sacramento, California. You know what I mean? Like
Culture,
you know what I mean? I don't have anything
The
against
city
it.
of trees.
City of trees. I love weed. You know what I mean? I love it, but it got to a point where I'm just like non-functional. You know what I mean? And drinking a lot, gambling a lot. Yeah, so I was like, man, I'm not even winning. I'm not even I'm like, damn, bro.
Sky River was the worst thing that could happen to all of us.
Man, like it's a gift and a curse, man. But something about it, it's hard to hit there for some reason.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's a hit or miss on some months, I guess.
Bro, they
playing,
love
I'm hearing these guys be hitting, and then
we have played
little runs, but then you got
their tails between their legs, they come back out.
We played.
But what do you guys play though? Blackjack?
He plays baccarat.
He's pretty good at it.
Yeah. What do you? How many decks?
I don't
Whatever.
I don't really like. I don't fuck with the single hand decks.
Yeah. I do like 7.
Yeah.
Deck, yeah.
Like the 8 deck and shit.
Yeah, but being drunk in the game, I'm like, man, I be hitting on like a 15,
Stupid
16.
shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Stupid money.
Yeah, like man, I be doing some stupid
I
shit.
like Chris. Chris will be down $100, like 200 on the next
I'll
round.
double down to 12.
Huh?
I'll double down to 12 when I'm
Double down to
crazy.
12?
Yeah.
Why?
I hit it. I did it.
Yeah, you hit?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
They're like, bro. And I was
And the
like,
dealer's even looking at you crazy.
yeah.
And it's
I was like,
Like, you
shit.
sure you want to do that?
She's trying to give you eye contact, like, don't do this.
Bro, I was just drunk, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
But you hit though, it hit though?
Yeah.
Man, see, and then from there, like, I got this.
You are him. You are not him.
Was it on a $100 bet or $50 bet? But it was something. I doubled down.
Right.
Like, yeah.
That's how it got to be like that though. I mean, when you I hate to talk about it, but I love it. I hate it. Right? But I do it for fun now. You know what I mean? But when you play blackjack, you really can't do minimum because you're never gonna get your money back.
Not at all. You gotta risk it. You gotta
really
anything.
gotta. You know what I mean? Like I remember one time this old white dude came in and he put in all his chips, like a couple hundred. firsthand, he's like, come on, let's change up the energy in this fucking place. And the dealer's going, he's like, come on. He's like, give it to me, baby, give it to me. And then, boom, motherfucker hit blackjack. I was like, what? Just like that.
Damn, that changed his whole night.
Changed his whole night.
Crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
No, my bad. But we did a last season we did a degeneracy challenge. So we went to the casino. Each of us, we had 200. We split up into 2 teams of 2. We had $200 per team, and we had a 30-minute clock to whoever could win the most money for in 30 minutes. Who got it? I mean, but what the crowd doesn't know,
what the camera didn't know is, well, me and Chris went first. We flipped it to like a few hundred, like what, $600. While they're doing their set, I'm over there fucking gambling. I'm flipping even more. I come back, they're like, where's the money? I was like, oh, shit, gone, bro.
So I'm filming these guys. I don't even know. He comes back. He's like, Chris, we don't got no more money. I was like, hey, we got it out. And so we're doing the end of it like, oh, who won? And Kev's trying to say they won because we didn't have no more money because
they technically lost all their money.
Yeah, technically.
And he was like,
he sees it that way too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hold on to it.
But it was after the clock and I wasn't there. I was filming them.
I just tucked off on my own.
He just tucked off and I said, why didn't you ask me first? He's like, bro, you wouldn't have asked me that if I won.
Yeah. All right. So what did you guys end up with?
Like 5 something.
400.
Yeah.
Okay. Just doubled it? Yeah. Man. Fun, man. It's fun, but it's easy to get lost in that shit.
Because he hit on that baccarat.
Yeah, he lost crazy. He lost crazy and then he hit for 400 on the baccarat. So they
Did you hit like a panda or something?
Yeah, it was the dragon.
Dragon?
The dragon.
It was one of the side bets,
Man.
I didn't even know what was going on. I just put the money and then she gave me all these chips. I'm like,
yeah, he was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We was at Sky?
Yeah. We were there.
Fire.
So,
it was like on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they got there you go.
Is that the day to hit or what?
I don't know. I be losing there.
I heard Thursdays and Mondays.
Is that what it is?
That's the day that drops.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I go on the weekend,
Thursday you got all the money pumping from the whole week before the weekend or something, and then Monday you have all the money pumping from that weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Something like that. That's what they say, but I don't know if that's the truth.
Mondays
are
good days.
Get after Dennis Graham because Drake's dad was the one who said it.
Man.
Yeah, the weekends are packed crazy though, man. It's insane how like packed it is. It's
You see how Pat? I tried to meet up with him yesterday. It was
busy on Saturday.
At what time?
There. Like 10ish.
Yeah, probably like 10.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah,
couldn't even park nowhere. You're like,
it was booked and busy.
Yeah.
And now they got the construction trailers out there too. Taking up the parking lot. So it's like everyone's just trying to get up in there.
It's even gonna get worse when they got phase 2 going and they start building the tower and everything.
Yeah, that's at the hotel, right?
Yeah. They're gonna build a hotel.
It is gonna be cool.
I wonder how like ratchet it's gonna get though.
Yeah, it's already kind of,
that's what I'm saying. Now they're gonna put people to stay the night.
It's just gonna become more like Thunder Valley.
Get a little shorty.
Probably.
everybody should be posting over the weekend.
Shit, when you have a good night though, it's gonna be late. You just be like, hey, fuck it, I'm staying here.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, fuck it. I mean, if you drink too much,
well, if you win big, they might offer you a room too.
Type shit. Yeah. Become a member.
Yeah, if you're using your membership card or something.
They're like, we're gonna need some of that back.
Yeah,
Keep your ass there.
Yeah, we have a suite actually with your name on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's crazy is I actually built some of that when I was part of the union back then. I was pulling wire for them back then. So to see it from construction, nothing to what it is now. I'm like, damn, it's fucking
cool.
beautiful.
That's always cool too.
It's cool. Yeah, it's dope.
It's crazy seeing some of that stuff, like being in construction and stuff. Just seeing like some of it go from just ground up.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like I was just looking at that in blueprints. I did not think it was gonna look like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing it in person is a whole different thing.
For sure. Have you guys checked out the cigar lounge in there?
I've walked by a few times.
Oh, it's tight. You guys smoke cigars?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Okay, yeah. I mean, occasionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
has to be
not tobacco
like a
cigars,
celebration.
If I'm in Vegas, I'm going to the cigar bar.
You said what?
If I'm in Vegas, I'm going to the cigar bar.
Yeah. Well, you break down the cigar, put some weed in it?
No, I don't even smoke cigars. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The cigar lounge is tight though. It's cool.
This cigar weed.
I remember me and my boys tried to do that one time when we was young. It was we broke down the whole cigar and stuffed it with some weed. It was a horrible rap. It did not go well.
It's like, bro, I thought this was the same as a Swisher.
Yeah, you might be better off cutting off a font.
I tried to smoke like a Cuban. My boys, like, it was his high school graduation. Sneaked in his dad's Cuban cigar fucking stash.
Yeah.
And me, I mean, I had toke just something, so I'm over here just, I know what I'm doing.
No.
Dude, it was the worst cough and the worst throw up of my life. Like, I was delusional for a quick, like, good 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The nicotine hit me so hard that I was
He's like, I know you.
I need a Snickers. You know what I'm saying?
You're not you. You're hungry.
For sure.
Man, yeah, you never want to inhale it.
I didn't know that. I don't know
Yeah,
what else. I
right,
just seen the
right.
I think the
cartoons,
first time I did it too, I inhaled.
Yeah,
it.
but that's just natural because you be smoking, so it's just natural, right? Yeah.
You smoke it like you're smoking something else. But the perfect time to smoke a cigar, though, I will say, is golfing. I like golfing.
Oh yeah.
You golf at all?
I've never done a full like what they call it, rounds or 18 holes. 18 holes. I've never done that, but I've done the golfing range though.
Okay.
Like we just stand there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do it though, but
We gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta do it. Let's go do it.
Let me know. Yeah, I'm down.
We went golfing not too long ago. We filmed it and stuff. Just
Oh, that's lit.
A little Dave vlog.
Yeah, teach me something. I'm not the best golfer, but you know.
Nor are we.
We just like to have fun. Yeah,
Man, you
we
don't be sore after you out there like 2-3 hours. Just,
Oh yeah,
Sometimes.
You'll be a little sore,
Yeah.
but it's a good time, bro. Especially, I mean, not you, but you know, with us, we go out there, we're drinking a little bit. We're
I just drive
we're
a golf
having,
cart.
yeah,
It's
no,
cool.
There you
we're
go.
having a good time.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Living it.
You know, it's a good time. Like becoming adults, it's like you don't always want to party or you don't always want to.
Yeah.
It's tough to always find something you want to do on the weekend or go out or something. But it's a good time with the guys to just get out in public, get out in the
Yeah,
open,
for
just
sure.
kind of have a good time, and it also
Yeah.
gives you a reason to drink during the day and not being
get some
alcoholic.
sunlight.
Do some donuts and
I have
shit.
nothing against drinking. It's fun, bro. Having a couple
Yeah,
beers
yeah.
with the bros, and it's nice, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice for sure. I think I just gotta find that middle ground. Right now, I'm on the sober end, and then once I get over it, then I'll be like, all right, this is my middle ground. You know what I mean? Because
That's what always happens too, you know, because
Yeah.
sometimes we always all do go over the edge a little bit.
yeah, I be
Yeah.
turning into a demon, bro. I hate that
happens,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
Came at home.
And that's what, one thing I can't lie about is we all take our breaks, bro. We all get to the
right,
points where we're like, damn, no, I gotta take a break for 2 minutes, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I just pushed it too far for a little
Man,
bit, you know.
it be like that. I hate that shit. Dry heaving, throwing up, hung up.
All-Star Weekend, they came out All-Star Weekend to the Bay Area. We were
yeah?
going out. We were going out. We hit a couple parties and shit, and it was a good time. But dude, all of us were just.
Bro, we getting older because that shit
Yeah, right.
hit me
That
for like
shit,
2
bro.
days after. So I was just
We went to a day party. By the night party, we were like, dude, I don't know if we can make it. We made it, but
You all
like
made
shit,
it,
it was
yeah.
just not like college, bro. It was not like you
Yeah.
could like I
can't
could
bounce back like
Yeah.
that.
It's not
Yeah,
bouncing
unfortunately, man, yeah. But health is wealth, right?
No,
No,
for sure. Yeah.
For sure, you got to put that first, especially
Got
like
to.
in at the age we're getting. We have so many responsibilities, so many priorities and stuff. Sometimes you let yourself fall behind, and it's
Right.
like that is like you said. It's important to have those measures of like, no, I need to reel it back in.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I think if I wasn't sober, I'd probably go crazy at Rolling Loud. But thank God I'll be sober, so I'm gonna just be,
See, it's all
focused,
work.
locked in,
Yeah.
locked in.
It's all work, and that's
Yeah.
that's why the blessings are gonna keep coming tenfold.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's because you're doing the work and you're ready for the outcome. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yeah.
And you plan on coming back to like alcohol and weed, or are you trying to just go forever?
I probably would go back one day, but who knows? I'm just taking it day by day. I don't really have a set time on it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like my boy Jacob, he's about to get married. He has a bachelor party coming up in April, so I'm like, maybe I'll drink a
Congrats.
little bit
There
there.
you go,
Yeah,
yeah. Congrats
shout out
to
to him.
him,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure, my brother.
Where you guys doing that at?
We're gonna go to Reno.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so
Yeah.
we're gonna
Get a little
get a
disrespectful.
little Airbnb. Yeah. Probably go hit the casino out there.
There you
Okay.
go. Hell
A few
yeah.
chips on the
But-
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, I might drink them, but even then,
Yeah.
like I might not.
Yeah.
I don't have any urge to go back to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I still be around it with all my boys and stuff. So
Yeah, because like for me, I've been smoking for a long time since I was like a kid, and
Yeah.
I always tell myself too, like, man, I remember there was a time where I was having fun with life. I didn't need no substance or nothing, and then like I was smoke for like a week. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke today, and then I was smoking. I'm like, oh, baby, where you been? Where you been? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I do feel good when I'm not smoking, but it's like. I don't know, it's just like the fun of it. I guess I don't know what it is
Yeah, no,
about
for
it, but
sure.
it's like it just sucks. Like it's so, financially, it's such a burden because it's expensive. It can
Yeah.
get expensive, but it's just like smoking cigarettes, though. So it's like,
Absolutely.
what am I gonna, I gotta
Yeah.
choose my battles. But
It's
at
better
the
than
same time,
cigarettes.
it's like I do want to go back to the life where I was just a normal non-substance user. You know?
yeah, I mean everything in moderation though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then especially like I said, being from Sacramento, California,
Yeah.
smoking weed is nothing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like come on,
exactly,
that's the norm. Listen, that ain't you. There's no-
Yeah.
you know
Always
what I
be
mean?
around it out here.
Yeah,
So
like you
young.
can't,
Yeah, so that's why I try to find the balance of it. You know, it's like I try not to allow myself to just be so consumed with it. You know,
Yeah.
If I can, I'll take a break. If not, just try not to be high all the time. You know.
Yeah.
Don't have to be at this family party high. I can.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, just shit like that.
I don't need to go to the grocery store high. Like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know my
I can
anxiety.
wait till I'm home and like,
Yeah,
I be
okay.
feeling that type of thing. Like,
Right.
I need to just relax.
Yeah, man. I used to wake and bake though.
Yeah.
Especially
no.
during COVID.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
during COVID. My boy got into, you guys ever had like THC oil?
Okay,
You just put it into your hot tea in the morning.
Yeah.
Drink that. You
okay,
be
yeah.
chilling throughout the day. So like I was trying to like find different ways to like not smoking, you know, but still
Exactly,
getting lit off marijuana
Still
and THC.
being able-
Yeah. But
Still being part of the culture.
yeah, right. But even then, like, it was weird. Like, it made my shit smell like weed. It was weird. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this? Weird. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Funny.
Yeah.
And the different products that they have right now in the cannabis industry is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
They got
Crazy
everything.
shit.
They got
Really?
weed patches yet? Or
Yeah,
no?
they got weed
Really?
patches.
They do?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
No way.
They probably get you
Bro, some of the
stupid.
shit he's brought home and showed me, like,
It's crazy. I
From,
work
like,
at a
the-
dispensary, so
yeah.
fucking.
Wow.
dog-
You work with one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
he brought home dog tinctures, bro. They were like,
What's that?
It was like weed shit for dogs.
It's like the oil, but
the
for
oils
dogs.
for
Oh,
dogs.
is that CBD or is that THC?
It's a little bit of both, like very little THC, but it's majority CBD. But you
Oh,
give it to
okay.
your dog. A lot of people do it if your dog's like sick or something,
Uh-huh.
or during 4th of July, so they're not going hella
Yeah, like
crazy.
anxiety.
Oh, okay.
and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Relaxes
They're
them,
just
not
on
tripping.
snooze.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
dead
just
ass.
be chilling.
It works too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. Man, I love it.
Hey,
Yeah,
weed
they
saving
got
the world,
crazy
man.
shit.
That's what I'm
I know.
saying. It's
It's,
saving
not,
the world.
it's really
Come
not
on.
bad.
They
You know
got
what I mean?
little
It's not
sugar
bad.
pills now, even.
Do
like
they?
the-
What?
They got
Yeah.
tablets.
The little tablets, you
sugar
just take a little
pills.
pill and it's
No
just
way.
it gets you
Yeah,
high
it's
type
crazy.
shit.
I haven't seen that. I've seen like the
Capsule.
mints. Yeah, they got the
Bruh.
mints.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Sodas that taste
They
just
got
like
soda,
a fucking
yeah.
soda.
No, okay, yeah, I knew about the drinks.
You
Yeah,
got
like
fucking
the-
Pabst doesn't Pabst
Oh,
have
their
like
beer.
the,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Wow.
St. Ives or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Monster
crazy.
too. Didn't Monster dabble into?
Not that I know Mary Jones is. They got
Oh yeah,
their-
Mary
their
Jones.
sodas.
I thought
Wow.
Monster did too. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It never hits me
sure.
how like prevalent that shit is out here, like you were saying, until you go somewhere else. Like I went out to Miami with my girl, and bro, just like the amount of like people smoking
Oh,
and like
really?
trying to hide it after. You can't be out. They're not just out in public smoking and stuff. Like cops will stop you and shit. Whereas like for us, you
Yeah.
could be smoking in front of Sky River right next to the cop. He'll come dap you up and
it's
say,
probably because they off the
you know,
powder over there.
yeah.
Dead
Some
ass.
other shit.
And then
They
the
got other
West
drugs.
Coast.
They got other drugs.
Booking sugar, yeah, right.
They don't smoke like that out here.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
They're weed.
Smoking grass over there. I remember one time I was in LA years ago for this TV audition, and one of my boys, he was from Philly. That's the East Coast, right? He's from
Yeah.
Philly.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, we're gonna smoke some weed. And I'm like, all right, bet. Motherfucker rolled up a Swisher, but it was like a twig, bro. It was so thin. I'm like, we just smoking a wrap. I'm like, what is this?
Other people in other states, it's like you see them rolling up, and then they got the little pencils on. You're just like, hey, no disrespect, but that ain't
Yeah.
enough.
Smoking nicotine right now.
Yeah, like, what is this, bro?
A lot of people
Yeah.
smoke spliffs too.
Yeah, spliffs.
are hella
Yeah,
common.
yeah,
Oh yeah, where they'll do the tobacco and
half
shit.
rolled,
Yeah.
half and half.
yeah.
That's
Those be hitting sometimes.
grabber.
Sometimes.
Or people
Gabba?
be doing the mokes, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Smoke.
I
Oh, it's
can't.
so
I
gross.
can't. Back
So
then,
gross.
I
don't
used to
know
back
how
in the
they
day.
do it.
It make you hella sick. You're just like,
Yeah,
ugh.
sick.
You're a dirty dog if
Yeah,
you're doing
the dirty
that.
dog.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with that.
No, bro, like we were
We're
so
over here ripping the vape
degenerate.
and shit.
For real.
Like I remember when dabs first came about. You know dabs.
Oh yeah,
Like,
fuck, man, do I?
the titanium now, people would just hit those red hot, not even.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be burning your lung off.
I used to hide my shit from my mom. I don't look like a crackhead. She
Yeah,
see me having a
right.
torch
So-
out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, there have been
Man.
some times, yeah, we've been at Bucci's house. I'm like, they look at us like we're crackheads.
Man,
Crackheads.
for sure.
I
That shit's
remember,
funny,
my
though.
parents first time found like one of my dab rigs. Like, what do you? I was like, oh, I swear it's concentrated.
Yeah, that's just
Hey,
funny
what
as
you think?
fuck.
Yeah, they
Y'all still be
thought-
dabbing?
Oh yeah.
Damn, y'all are some stunners. I can't.
man.
I haven't
Yeah.
smoked since last July. So
Yeah,
man,
there you go, yeah.
they be
Kev knows
talking
smoke.
about it. I'm just like, damn, I haven't smoked.
He misses
in
it
a
all
long
the
time.
time.
I miss it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like once you
He
stop
just
thinking
said the
about
other
it.
day, I'm not even gonna cap. He just said the other day, I kind of want to smoke, but I'm not. I was like, no, don't.
Well,
He's
it's like
yeah, I'm not
I don't have
going
to. It's only when I'm like around people. Like when I'm just chilling by myself, I'm not.
yeah.
Right,
thinking
yeah.
about it. Like, but it's just like the social urge to be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying
Right,
to get,
yeah.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
lit too.
Yeah.
It's good that you ain't folding though.
Yeah,
You know?
I haven't smoked since last July. So.
Yeah, bro. Wear that like a
This shit's
badge of
fucking-
honor.
Yeah.
No, no.
I know.
Hey, bro.
But,
Everybody gotta make that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it,
strides
though.
somehow. You
I just
know?
gave
Yeah.
up smoking weed for fucking Lent, so.
Did you
Oh, there
really?
you go.
40 days,
That's
I'm
good.
done.
Yeah. Anybody else Catholic in there? I'm
I'm
Catholic.
Catholic, but I didn't.
You
I
didn't give
didn't, I didn't give anything up. I
Ah,
should.
damn.
Maybe today I'll think of something.
Figure something out. Huh? Yeah, I think I
Give up
want
soda or something.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's what I was gonna do.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
that's a
That
good
cooked
one,
me a
'cause you-
break, bro. Man, no
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Pepper for 40 days.
They're having
He
trouble
couldn't do
supplying
that.
this
Yeah,
shit.
he couldn't do that.
You can get the knockoff brand.
I can't do
Shasta.
that.
Yeah, nah.
No, I still love my
Mr.
Dr.
Big.
Thunder.
Dr. Pepper is fire.
Nah,
Their
yeah.
commercials are funny as fuck.
Yeah,
I love
funny,
the
huh?
Dr. Pepper sponsor us.
They're number 2 soda right now. They took Pepsi out of the league right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
So it's Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper now.
Coke is the most popular, and Dr. Pepper's the second most popular.
Hey,
Don't play with us.
It makes sense.
I'm surprised Sprite isn't up there, bro. I feel like everybody likes Sprite.
Fuck with Sprite.
Sprite's my favorite.
Coca-Cola's my favorite, but Sprite's my second.
Okay.
If we had the research, I want to know what Sprite number's on. What number Sprite is?
Probably like 7.
Yeah.
No way.
It should be higher.
What would be after what?
Yeah, Sprite's literally
I
at
think
every
Pepsi's probably
any
3,
type
honestly.
Yeah.
of place you go to.
Yeah, because Sprite's probably like the second choice.
I'd say Sprite's is 3.
If they're not getting
Well, if you say
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper's, if Dr. Pepper's 2 and
Pepsi's
Coke is
probably
1,
3.
I'm putting Sprite 3.
Yeah, there you go.
What about Mountain Dew? You guys like Mountain Dew?
Fuck no.
Baja Blast.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Let's go crazy. They got the blue
Baja
cans
Blast,
now.
yeah.
Ooh.
Nah, I can't.
That
I
shit's
used to when I
fire to
was
taste with
younger.
tequila. Yeah?
When I was younger, I used to fuck with
Oh
that.
yeah,
They
like the
talk
code
about
reds or like
cantinas.
the purple one or whatever, the different
Oh,
colors.
yeah,
I
I
thought
never
they were
got
cool
those
when I was a
ones.
kid, but now I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, I don't want to drink nothing like.
the spiked
neon.
Baja Blast at the cantina, the Taco Bell cantinas.
Oh, are those good?
I'm not gonna lie.
The freezes?
Yeah.
I got drunk
What's
off
that on
of
it?
those.
I can see that.
Yeah, so if you go to like Newport Beach or something, you go there, they give you the freeze and they ask you what alcohol they want. They just got bottles
that's
behind them, so they'll
fire.
just take like a
They
rum
have
bottle.
one in, they have one in
They
downtown.
put one in downtown.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they have a Taco Bell
for sure.
cantina in downtown.
Give you a little
South.
alcohol.
I haven't been to that
Yeah.
one. I've only been to the
I've
one
never
down
been to that
south.
one either, but
I can't eat
But
Taco
yeah.
Bell. Shit, fuck my stomach.
Yeah, me too. That's like piss coming out of your ass.
Yeah.
Bro. For real. That's like, I hate, that's like probably my worst fast food if I had to pick.
yeah.
I agree, and I don't know what the hype is behind it. I don't know why so
Everybody
many
love
people
it.
love it. I think you two love it, don't you guys?
I like
I
Taco
You guys
Bell.
are,
but
you guys are talking about guys.
I didn't say that. I would. I'm looking forward to the crunch though.
And the only thing I really that's the only thing I really like is the Crunchwrap Supreme. That's like the only thing.
Crunchwrap Supremers.
I fuck with their nachos.
Nachos are
The
good.
cheese for some reason be hitting.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with the quesadilla. I mean, it's just
The chicken quesadilla, yeah, that one's good too.
the nachos.
But their meat is for sure questionable.
See, I'm
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm Jim Boys.
That's what gets you.
I'd rather
Jim Boys
go to
go crazy.
Jim
Oh,
Boys.
Jim Boys is the one.
Jim
Yeah.
Boys go
Jim Boys.
crazy.
Rather go to
You know,
Jim
I've never
Boys.
had no Del Taco before.
Del Taco.
Oh,
Del
you're
Taco
missing
on a
out,
late
bro.
night.
I've never had it.
They got good
It's
chicken cheese
cool.
fries.
I think that's like an Elk Grove thing for sure, but like out here, yeah, we didn't have it out here.
Hey, bro, out in SoCal, they got Del Taco on every fucking corner.
Did
Oh
they?
yeah.
Really?
That's
You guys have had it.
Right.
Right.
In Southern California, they have Del Taco on every corner, bro.
When we moved
Why?
out there, bro, if you because this was
I don't
before,
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
this was before Cane's was out here. So if you when we moved out there, the only late night eats you could get were Jack in the Box, Del Taco, or Cane's because Cane's was open dumb late. So we would just always hit one of those 3. And these fools always wanted Del Taco. I'm like, I'm not eating, bro. That's gross.
Well, it's like, bro, you can mix it up instead of getting chicken fingers.
Shit's gross. All right, I'm gonna get chicken tenders
You
every
fuck
time.
with
I don't
Cane's,
care.
though?
I fuck with Cane's.
Cane's is cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Cane's sponsor
Yeah.
us. I eat there a lot.
Yeah, give us that sponsor. I'll fuck with it.
I think
for sure.
I
Give
fuck
us a
with it.
meal.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
For sure.
when it was first rolling out and people were like, "Oh my god, it's life changing." Like I don't agree with that. Like I think it's good chicken tenders.
It's a
you know
simple
what I'm
meal
saying?
and it
But
does
it's
damage.
Exactly, gets the job done.
Takes care of business.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
rock with it.
It's
I used
not
to
like
try
one
to
of
know
the-
a couple times for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those fast food. I'm not big on like the fast food restaurants you eat and like you're not feeling good after. Like you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's
Like, which
Wendy's, McDonald's, like
Taco Bell for
Wendy's
sure.
chicken nuggets hit.
no, they're fire.
Spicy
They're
chicken
fire.
nuggets,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, their nuggets are good. I ain't
Sweet
gonna
sour
lie.
sauce?
They're
Man.
fire for sure. But I'm not gonna lie. I try to stick with like In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, something like
Fair.
that, because like those will always make. I always feel good after.
Chipotle's
type
Top
gas,
three.
but that shit be fucking my stomach up too.
Really? Chipotle?
Really?
Every time.
Really?
No,
I just
Chipotle
like
is
when
clean
Chipotle
for
doesn't
me.
have a
Red
good.
sauce. It's the red sauce, I swear.
I do the spice one.
does it?
My
Yeah.
burrito
I don't
be
get
bad.
that sauce. That's why.
Well, I stopped getting it, but no, like him, like he's saying, like for a minute,
be
that
fucking me
shit
up.
was
Killing you guys?
Up.
What did you
It's
about to
every
say? You
time.
said you like it when what?
Oh, I don't like when Chipotle, they don't got a good burrito roller there. It just ruins the shit.
Oh, you be getting the burritos?
I mean, I try to,
I get
but
a
when
burrito.
I see
Yeah.
the burritos trash, I'm like, yeah, this is the last time I'm coming here.
What was that restaurant? It was an Freebirds.
Oh, the
What happened?
Freebirds.
Did
I don't know
they-
what happened.
I don't
They closed
know.
down.
They had that.
Yeah, they used to make some crazy burritos. They be rapping
They had
some
like that one
shit.
fat one too, like the
Yeah.
monster burritos and shit.
Yeah.
Big
Insane.
dog.
I forgot because there was a
Yeah.
cool minute where they were like neck and neck with Chipotle when the
Yeah.
Ebola shit was coming out. Remember back in the Ebola shit?
Were they a franchise or were they just that one store?
They were a franchise
They
type
were.
shit. From what I thought.
I don't know. I just know of them one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I'll have
thought,
to
but I
look
don't
into
know.
them.
Maybe
I'll bring
maybe
them
they
back. I'll bring
weren't.
them
I
back.
just
Come on.
I'll bring them back for sure.
yeah. I went like
in the
once.
kitchen.
Didn't they turn
know
into
I'm a
Chondos
free
though, and then close
bird.
down too?
Who?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
Freebirds turned into Chondos, right?
Yeah,
And then
Chondo's
it,
right there now.
but Chondos closed down too because that one was
Bro, the
cheeky.
best Chondos is fucking
downtown.
on Arden.
The one on Arden, yeah, the little shack
That's the
right there.
best
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
The rest is like hella gentrified.
Yeah, for sure.
I've only been to the one on, is it Power Inn?
That one's decent.
Yeah, I've been to
I
that
haven't been
one.
in
But
that
the
one.
little
I've been
shack
to
one, little
the
shack
El
one.
Grove spot when that was not
Yeah,
good.
That's the one we
the
was
El
talking
Grove
about,
one,
yeah.
yeah, wasn't it? But
Not it.
I mean, yeah.
Get him out of here.
Gone. Yeah, that
Super Taco.
Arden though.
Super Taco, yeah, that's my
Super Taco
boys, man.
Yeah, Super Taco is cool. Yeah.
I love Super Taco, man. That's
That's a
my
staple
boy.
right there,
Yeah, I
sure.
love Super Taco. That's my
yeah.
boy's family's restaurant.
No, you always,
I'm
you're always
gonna have
posted up
love.
there, huh?
I was literally just over there today at their Cantina Sundays.
Oh, nice.
It's an event they do every Sunday from 12 to 4. Hey, shout out to Super Taco. Hey, give me sponsor me.
Hey, come on.
Nah, those are my boys. Those are my brothers. But
yeah,
yeah,
for
they
sure.
do something every Sunday. They bring a DJ out from 12 to 4. Something for the
okay,
community.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they play
That's dope.
loteria. You know what I'm saying? You could win a big
Okay.
cantaro and shit.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's lit.
Yeah, you know, it's lit.
yeah.
It's
We gotta
tight.
check that out. We gotta check
about
that
to say,
out.
that's the spot, too.
It's tight, but the
Yeah.
food actually hit though. The
Yeah,
food
yeah,
really,
for
the
sure.
food,
Yeah, the food is good,
the
yeah.
food is good.
Yeah, they're
For
going
sure.
just a little
Shit, I'll go get
Yeah.
a super
Yeah.
burrito for dinner right
Yeah,
now.
the one on
Yeah.
Elko
He's on the
Boulevard.
way.
We
Put the
always
order
used to
in.
go to because it was like just kind of close to us type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, no, they go crazy.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's for sure. I fuck with Super Tacos.
Yeah, Super Taco is
Yeah.
good. Shout out
I
Super
stand-
Taco.
I stand down. Yeah, shout out Super Taco.
Hey,
Shout
fuck
out.
Taco Bell, but I fuck with Super Taco.
Facts, big facts, big facts.
Nah, but with that being said, I think we could wrap this one up. Unless you guys got anything
Nah, yeah,
else.
man. I mean,
Anything
thanks
else
for
to
coming
ask?
on again, bro. We
Yeah.
hella appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
dude,
no.
Our first guest for season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clap it up for my
appreciate
boy.
it.
Aaron Lee, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. It was a lot of
likewise,
fun.
bro.
Before you get out of here, you let them know what to look forward to. Let them know where to find you.
You can find me on YouTube at Aaron Lee, which is AARONLE. You can find me on all streaming platforms. Stay tuned for more work. Just stay tuned for the journey, really.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Congrats
So-
on everything you got going and
Yeah.
everything coming, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. Once again, if you
Yeah.
ain't heard that song, go listen to that song, Sactown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go stream
sir.
Sactown.
Sactown.
Go run up all my old stuff too. I got some hitters in there, some
Yeah,
hidden gems, man.
Yes,
but yeah,
sir.
this was amazing, man. I appreciate you. Guys,
No,
for sure.
we want to have you
Likewise,
back again. Hopefully, we can have you back here soon.
Yeah, yeah, let's
After
do it.
Rolling Loud tour
Yeah,
or something.
after Rolling Loud.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Tap back in, see what's been moving
Yeah.
since, because we know there's a bunch of shit on your horizon.
You might
right
be
now.
Hollywood by then. You know?
Hell no, I ain't never gonna switch up. Hell no, I gotta always remember where I come from.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? Fuck that Hollywood shit.
No, definitely. We appreciate you,
You know,
bro.
yeah, it was a
And
pleasure, bro.
It was
It
a
was a good
pleasure
time,
talking
yeah.
to you, man.
Man,
Have a
likewise.
good time. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and tap in. Peace.
Sir, peace out, y'all.